What's up, dudes and dudettes in the air now? My name's Scythe and we are back again for some more Diablo 3. Dancing around in circles. Hi, how y'all doing? Hope you're doing fantastically wonderful and hope this video makes this day of yours even better. And I would very much appreciate if you would dance around in circles on the like button for me. It helps me out very, very much. Now, without further ado, there's a couple things that we need to talk about, folks. Granted, I know that a lot of you probably already know everything that there is to know about Diablo, but a lot of stuff that's happened to this game is very, very new to me, and I kind of want to take that approach towards most of the people watching this, in case there's a lot of people that, you know, don't really know how this game ends up operating, and also just some fun facts of how far this game has actually changed. Now, speaking of how far this game has actually changed, to my surprise, where was it? I think it was actually this one right here, this glacial spike. So apparently, I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to look like the fool, but when we ended up getting this spell, I thought, wait a minute, I've never seen this spell before in my life. That's because it's new. As far as I'm concerned, it's new. I was actually looking online and I noticed that, as well as a bunch of different spells that you end up getting at level 70 or 60 plus, which you have to have the expansion in order to actually have get access to all of those spells, right? But the whole thing that's cool about it is I didn't know when I was doing a little bit of research that they changed a lot of the core spells of the game, especially with the mage. It seemed like he had the biggest tweaks, mostly because he is elemental damage, and because of that I saw like even our arcane orb here actually covers all the different elements. Even the meteor spell covers all the different elements now, which is fantastic because back when I was playing this game, you had to actually use a specific spell or two depending on the type of elemental build that you went for. Whereas now, it seems like they ended up enforcing the game mechanics so that you can use almost every spell in the game for whatever element that you want to build towards, which is great. There's also a passive, not exactly sure which one it's under, oh boy, but there is a passive ability as well as a rune for the spectral blade here that ends up making it, where is it? Let me see if I can find it. Shield enemies, no. Gain a protective shield each time that this is cast. This is actually a new spell as far as I'm concerned, again, because my old mage from a million zillion years ago, the build that I had was pretty much like a crit damage mage, and it was a melee fighter. Like, not necessarily, like when I say melee fighter, I mean he gets up close and personal and he's very tanky with things, right? Now, that, let me turn my volume down because it's gonna get real noisy. That build completely ends up becoming nulled with a lot of the new abilities that apparently have already been added to the game, you know? So it's just so exciting for me to actually, like, see all of those differences and stuff like that, you know? Like, it's just absolutely insane. Oh, it changed to a frenzied shrine instead of an XP shrine. Rip me. But either way, I'm so excited about all that stuff. And also, I think the other reason that I'm really enjoying myself with the game right now is because back when I played this game, for those that are just getting into this game more recently and stuff, there actually used to be an auction house for Diablo. And it was pretty bad. You know, it was a good system initially where you could actually sell gear for real money with other players at any time that you want, just with your leisure time and stuff like that, which was good for the time because I ended up getting enough and late tiered gear that I was able to sell it and pretty much pay for this game. Like, this game paid for itself, because back in the day, of course, this game used to be like 60, 70 bucks, right? So I was happy. Almost everybody was happy that they ended up making their money back from what they ended up spending on the game. And of course, Blizzard was taking a cut from all of the money as well. But either way, they ended up removing that system, and it's very fantastic. The only point that I was originally trying to get to in the first place was the fact that my magic build, like my melee fighting mage or crit build or whatever like that, the reason that I ended up actually going for it in the first place was because it was very cost efficient. Now, even though there was a real money auction house, you could still end up buying stuff for gold, of course. you know, I didn't really want to spend any real money on any gear. It kind of defeated the whole purpose for me, and seemed to defeat the purpose for a lot of people. That's why so many people ended up quitting this game. Now, it's great to think that the game has moved away from that already, and now it's based on just grinding up gear yourself. Now, out of some multiplayer games that I've ended up playing just randomly, sporadically on the side, I actually have a Witch Doctor character, and he, level 19, baby! My Witch Doctor is actually the character that I primarily use for multiplayer stuff, because this I consider to be my Let's Play character, and I don't really want to push, you know, and end up getting him to being too strong or anything like that off camera. It kind of defeats the purpose, right? But the point that I'm trying to make is I was in a multiplayer game, I found a legendary item, and then for some reason it said something like, this item is tradable to you and the other person that is in your game for a set period of time. Now, I didn't actually put any research into what that actually, like, the specifics of that, so I could be dead wrong about it, but it's pretty cool if it does mean exactly what it said, where you can end up trading with another player only for a set period of time with a legendary, and then otherwise it's account bound. You know, that is just such an insane new mechanic for me to think that that's there. Okay, so these are the mastery spells. Outside of Black Hole, which we would get eventually if we end up getting farther enough that we end up getting into the expansion, but there's Mirror Image and Archon. Now, the only reason I'm even bringing this up is the Explosive Blast is strong, but it's not really a spell that I personally care for too much. So instead, we're gonna end up using Ray of Frost, because that's actually a really good ability just in general. Twister ended up getting another thing too, which is reduce the casting cost. That might actually be a little bit better than our Ray of Frost. Let's actually take that instead. Or we could go with Diamond Skin, kind of a panic button thing, but that's okay. Let's do this instead. And then I saw also, yeah, Fire on our Spectral Blades. Now, that is just so cool, man. I love the idea that we can actually use different elements with all the different abilities and stuff like that. It's just so neat, man. Now, you know what I am noticing too? Get out of here, you. Get out of here. I do want to change my buttons around a bit. So this Conjuration Ice Magic, we're actually going to turn this into this one right here. And then for this one, instead, we will put our Ice Magic so that we don't have to, like, so that it's on number 4, because that's, like, not really a button that we're going to be pressing that often, right? But otherwise, now we can end up using, ooh, it actually makes them blue. That's pretty cool, man. So they cost less money, less mana, less money. Yeah, they cost a lot less to cast. Now we can be real offensive. Ooh, that's nice. That is beautiful. So let's just grab this Cards of Staff thingamabob. I don't really want to, well, I guess we should. Okay. I didn't want to end up using our ability, our slow time. I guess why wouldn't I, though? Oh, man, the fact that it's slowing down all those projectiles is so cool. Get out of here, you little shrimpo. That is such a useful spell, man. The fact that it's slowing down like all the abilities. Now that mirror attack that he keeps using too is actually something that we end up getting a little bit later as the mage, which is really, really cool. I absolutely love it. So let's see, did we get... Ugh. We're starting to run into gear that's already starting to top our legendary. That's pretty crazy. Ooh, that is much better. Man alive, seriously. Oh, and the other thing too that I wanted to cover, but I guess we won't get the chance to so much today, was the different artisans. Like, I ended up taking another look at the system a little bit more. Uh-oh, fear. I don't like that ability. That's pretty bad. I ain't scared of you. I ended up pressing the wrong key. Oh, you little monsters! Jeez, get away from me! Stop scaring me! There, man alive. Stop scaring me. Is it every time we attack him, or is it just getting attacked in general? And then he drops garbage. After all that. Oh, man. Oh, I guess we should just go up to the barricade area, because I'm pretty sure this section is a little bit longer, which, that's okay. That's always a good thing, right? More of an episode. I keep pressing 4, dude. Maybe I should change my buttons back around. Or something like, jeez. Whoops. Yeah, I gotta change my buttons around. Because I instinctively... Wow, we are leveling up so quick. We may have actually gotten a better ability now anyways that we might want to end up using instead of Arcane Orbit. Ooh. Well, if these jerks would ever get away from me... Jeez. There. Okay, so I want to change our second attack into the Twister, actually. Number 3 can be our panic button. Oh, wait a minute. Imbue your weapon with magical energy, increasing your weapon's effectiveness. Okay, now... Oh, I like this knockback, though. I like the knockback that we have. I think it's a little bit better. Let's actually take this so that we can use it with our ice armor, because that's actually not too bad. And then we ended up getting this rune, which is reduce the arcane power cost of all skills while diamond armor is active. That's a pretty insane rune, man. That could be a pretty good build. Create an arcane orb that orbit you, exploding when enemies get close. Now, although that's pretty cool, the fact of the matter is that we need as much damage as we can get right now. What is this? When you cast a signature spell, you gain arcane power. Oh, that's actually really good. So that's just us using our normal attacks will actually give us that passive. And then reduce all cooldowns by 20%, meaning we could cast our spells a little bit more often, but we don't really need that. So I'm going to take this one. And then see, now, this number 3, yeah, okay, so that's just a passive that's just going to make us a little bit stronger. Yep, it's doing a little bit, not much though. But at least we're going to have a lot more mana. Yeah, that means we're going to have tons more mana with that passive. We're going to move away from these skills a little bit later on, though, everybody. But as for right now, that's okay, because I do want to swap over to a more, like, offensive type of thing. One of the spells that I really like combining with our time barrier is actually one of my favorite spells in the game. It was one of my favorites from Diablo 2, still is now in Diablo 3, and that is Meteor, which is beautiful. I don't know what we're going to end up building towards as far as an element, though. I'm not sure on that just yet, because fire is beautiful. I absolutely love fire. But the fact of the matter is that I'm pretty sure the last boss is fire, right? Like, oh no, Diablo's lightning and fire, I think. Huh. Well, see, that's the thing. The way that this game works is, ice is more towards, I guess, crowd control, slowing enemies down and stuff like that, while not causing as much damage as some of the other spells. Fire is the very, very offensive magic, but the trade-off is that it doesn't really have as much, like, control over the crowd or anything like that. At least from what I recall anyways. We'll have to kind of test it out. But we may end up just building towards fire anyways. Or maybe we won't get to build towards anything just because, it's all gonna be based on our gear, right? You know, so who knows what ends up happening. Ooh, they're throwing spears at us! Dude, that is like so neat. Did we already win? I don't know why we're like destroying these, like, houses. What? Okay, he was evil the whole time! At least we're able to cast our spells like a lot more often, man. Like, wowie zowie. Get out of here, dude. No. Oh my goodness gracious. This guy just got tumbleweeded. He just got absolutely destroyed. And we somehow got an achievement that I apparently didn't already have. Unless it's like player bound or something. Ugh, that's a lot of badness. Time portal saved me. Why are these enemies growing up? Yee, I dodged your spear! Oh, because of the drum! Dude, you know, out of my entire playtime of this game, I don't think I've ever seen those goat enemies use those drums. Like, seriously, I don't think I've ever seen that. That's pretty insane. Learn something new every day, huh? All right, I guess we better head on into the second area because otherwise it's gonna take a little while. Let's recast our spells too. Get our magic and defense up. Oh, he's using the drum again. Maybe they changed their AI a little bit or something. Also, I think I'm secretly lagging, or the Diablo servers are kind of going down for maintenance or something like that. So that kind of explains what's going on with a lot of our spells, because even though we're kind of playing it single player, of course it is still a multiplayer game, and you do have to actually be connected to their servers. Which, I'm pretty sure the reason they do that is just to prevent, like, cheaters and stuff. Get rid of the totems, they can't power them up. Oh man, I love it. I guess I should... What? Why is it playing like crazy drum music? That's insane. I like it. I guess I should show this ability just because. Haha! See, so it's kind of cool. It's kind of like a mini meteor thing. Why is the music going insane? I'm scared. Oh well. I guess it's because we just got into, like, the new section or something. I don't know. That was pretty clutch. That was pretty clutch. Dodged the spear. Ended up... Well, you all saw it. That was good. Now, if we had the cooldown... If we had the cooldown effect... like the passive... That would actually be not too bad, because then we could be recasting our bubble shield right here. And we could use our knockback a lot more often, which is always... Oh, fear. Which is actually really, really good. I don't have enough arcane power. Oh, no, you don't. You ain't getting into my face, you big ugly freak. Look at how slow he is in his nice, beautiful bubble of time. I am the time shifter. Oh, also, I think anyways... Oh no, never mind, that was a different rune. I was about to say a rune with our bubble shield, but yeah, I mixed it up with a different one. We are leveling up like crazy. I can specifically say why. It's because I ended up crafting a better jewel that we threw into our helmet. I am shameless. I know, I'm a big fat cheater. Oh, we just got another epic spell. We just got another epic spell. Stay away from me. Stay away. Oh, dude. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, we got an even more beautiful epic spell. Which spell can we swap out? Let's swap out our magic sword one just for this, because who cares? Ice armor actually has a rune too, which lowers the temperature of the air around you, and nearby enemies are chilled, slowing their movement. That's even better. So, this is so cool. Oh, we just got so powerful. Hydra! Laser! Yeah! Oh, man! Oh, that's beautiful. Yes! Oh, we're so strong. And we can cast the Hydra in the middle of everything, too. Oh, that's so good. Oh, I see. The music's playing like crazy because someone's beating on the drum. Is that what's going on? Oh, wow. Our magic just stepped up like crazy. Seriously. Whoops, I cast the wrong spell. Hydra, protect me. No, the music just goes insane in this area, which sucks because, I mean, I have to kind of rebalance the whole audio of the video around the fact that that music is so loud. All right, come on out of your hole. I'll laser every single one of you, man. Oh, I'm just so stoked, everybody, like, seriously. Now, the advantage of this laser over our ice one is, of course, that it's a different elemental damage. And the fact that it phases through targets, as you can see. So we get a lot more crowd control with that ability, which is just insane. And the Hydra, I mean, he's self-explanatory. You can summon him anywhere you want, and he just causes, I think it's just default fire damage, right? Summon a magical Hydra that damages enemies with a burst of fire. Of course, there are runes that end up making it a little bit more towards fire damage and stuff like that. Oh, that's gonna be so tight with our slow time ability, though. Dude, like, seriously. Waypoint! Alright, so we're gonna have to explore this field in the next episode, everybody, because as for right now, we are gonna go back to town, clear things up right here. Ooh, did we end up getting good items? That staff might actually be... These pants are a lot better. This staff might actually top ours. Wow, does it ever. Does it ever. Because of the attack speed and the intelligence that it's giving us, because intelligence pretty much determines the strength of our mage. So we finally ended up finding something that tops our hammer, not to mention that it's socketed as well, which is going to end up making it a lot stronger. I want to show you too, just before we call it for today, everybody, how I have... Whoops, I should repair our stuff. I've kind of organized my inventory, sold a bunch of old items. I just wanted to kind of clue you in. This is pretty much the section of, like, my main section for my main storage. There was also a fourth area of storage I didn't even realize. I had 700,000, knock that down to like 170k because this game has huge gold pools by upgrading some of the artisans and stuff like that. Second page, this whole section up here is kind of my gold find. This next one is kind of my magic find. And then down here, I think it's just my, yeah, this is my resistance gear. And then I think this is even more resistance gear. Yes, it is. And then here's just my legendary and set items and stuff like that. And then the fourth page I haven't really touched or anything like that. So really, really cool. I really like it. Whoops, that is a special side item for the scoundrel, actually, because you can end up getting items for your allies like that. Let's actually put that belt down there. Probably not going to end up using most of that stuff once we end up getting to being strong enough, because I would like to kind of do it all from scratch. Outside of the gem system, I'll probably end up just using lots of gems, mostly for the experience. I don't know if I can justify using, like this one right here gives us like 130 more weapon damage, which is insane because we're not supposed to have that on our character right now. So I'm probably not going to use gems like that until we end up technically getting up to that tier or something like that. I'll just kind of feel it out, you know, like we've got this green one right here, which is actually increasing our crit damage, but we don't really need crit damage. I mean, I guess it's 20%, so we could end up, let's just put it on right now because who cares. And then other than that, thanks for watching, everybody. I very much appreciate it. Sayonara and stay epic.